India is quietly taking control of the Indian Ocean, and China is not happy about it. Giant ports, powerful warships, secret island deals. India is building a massive ocean empire right in front of the world. And let me tell you, this ocean is one of the most important places on Earth. Almost every country depends on it. Oil ships pass through it. Trade passes through it too. Even your phone, toys, games, and snacks probably traveled through this ocean. And now, India wants to dominate it. So today, let's see how India suddenly became the biggest power in the Indian Ocean, and why China might be facing its biggest nightmare yet. Before this video starts, I have a challenge for every Indian watching right now. If you're proud of India's rise, destroy that like button right now. I wanna see how many real Indians are here. Can we cross 1,000 likes? Comment Jai Hind or spam orange hearts below. Let's see how many true Indians are watching this video. And if you love India's power, history, and future, subscribe right now. A long time ago, the Indian Ocean was ruled by powerful kingdoms from India. Indian traders sailed across the ocean hundreds of years ago. They traded spices, gold, clothes, and ideas with Africa, Arabia, and Southeast Asia. Back then, India was basically the rich kid of global trade. Ships from all over the world came to Indian ports. But then came European empires. First the Portuguese, then the Dutch, then the British. Eventually Britain took control of India and the ocean routes too. For almost 200 years, the British Empire dominated the Indian Ocean. India lost control of its own waters. And after independence in 1947, India had a huge problem. The country was poor, my navy was weak, and powerful countries surrounded me. So for many years, I mostly focused on surviving. But slowly, everything changed. Today, India is no longer weak. India now has one of the world's largest navies. I have aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, destroyers, missiles, surveillance systems, and powerful bases across the ocean. It's very important for India to dominate the Indian Ocean, cause if you control the ocean, you literally control trade, and trade means power.
Around 80% of global trade by volume travels through sea routes. That means almost everything travels by ship, including our mobile phones.
Yes, that's right. If you're an Indian watching this video on your phone right now, there's actually a very high chance your phone traveled through the Indian Ocean before reaching you. Because shipping by sea is way cheaper than airplanes. Like bro, airplanes are insanely fast, but insanely expensive too. Most electronics are manufactured in places like China or Southeast Asia. Then they get loaded onto huge cargo ships and travel through important sea routes across the Indian Ocean before reaching Indian ports. Now the problem is,
it should be me who dominates the Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean is very important for China, and China is ready to fight hard to protect its influence there, because a huge amount of China's trade passes through these waters. Like oil from the Middle East, goods going to Europe, raw materials from Africa. Most of it travels through the Indian Ocean first. Without these sea routes, China's economy will take a massive hit. Imagine ordering food every day from the same road, and suddenly that road gets blocked. That's basically what China is fearing right now. In fact, Chinese leaders have worried for years about something called the Malacca dilemma. Sounds like a math problem from hell. This is Strait of Malacca. The Strait of Malacca is a tiny but super important route near India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands. A massive amount of Chinese trade passes through there. And India is sitting just nearby LOL. That's why China started building ports and increasing influence across the Indian Ocean. Because for China, this ocean is not optional. For them, it's literally survival. Actually, it's not just India and China fighting for influence here. Even USA wants major control in the Indian Ocean.
Cause whoever dominates these waters can influence global trade, oil routes, and military power.
That's why America keeps powerful naval forces in the region. So now the Indian Ocean is becoming a massive power struggle between three giants.
Stop building naval bases everywhere.
Then stop collecting ports like Pokemon cards.
Those are strategic investments.
Bro, you leased a port for 99 years.
Hey everyone, India is trying to dominate the Indian Ocean.
It literally has India in the name Lil Bro. And before people get confused, no, the Indian Ocean does not belong to India. You now may think, what I am even saying, how does Indian Ocean not belong to India? A lot of kids hear the name Indian Ocean and think, wait, we own the entire ocean. Nah bro, it's called the Indian Ocean, mainly because India is the biggest country sitting next to it geographically. It doesn't mean it's owned by the country India. Just like Atlantic Ocean doesn't belong to Atlantis, and Pacific Ocean isn't owned by peaceful people. The ocean is international waters. Many countries use it and patrol it with their own navies, and global trade moves through it every day. But because India sits right in the center of this region, India naturally gets huge strategic importance. There is a very scary plot twist. Sri Lanka, a small island country near India, started borrowing huge amounts of money for big projects, like for roads, buildings, airports. China invested billions of dollars into these projects. At first, it looked amazing obviously.
Free money, new infrastructure, W economy.
But then things started going wrong. Some projects didn't make enough money. Sri Lanka's debt kept increasing. And eventually, the country struggled to repay the loans. Then came the shocking moment. Sri Lanka handed over control of Hambantota port to a Chinese company on a 99-year lease. It shocked India, because now China had influence at a major port very close to India, and that too for 99 years.
Why are you worried? It's just business.
Bro, that port is literally next to me. India had enough. India strengthened ties with countries across the Indian Ocean. Maldives, Mauritius. India started helping these countries with military training, coast guard support, infrastructure projects, radar systems, emergency aid. Basically, India was building influence everywhere.
Then India upgraded the Andaman and Nicobar Islands even more, and China looked at the map again and probably lost sleep.
Because these islands are sitting near one of the most important trade routes on Earth.
There is another reason why powerful countries care so much about oceans. The Indian Ocean is not just carrying ships, it's carrying the internet itself. Yes bro, your memes, your YouTube videos, your WhatsApp messages, your late night how to talk to girls searches. A massive amount of global internet data travels through giant underwater cables lying deep inside oceans. These cables connect entire continents together, and many of them pass through the Indian Ocean region. These cables are extremely important. If major cables get damaged, internet speeds can slow down, banking systems can get affected, businesses can panic, entire countries can face communication problems. So now countries are not only protecting ships and oil routes, they're also protecting giant spicy ocean noodles carrying humanity's Wi-Fi.
Could the Indian Ocean become more important than the Pacific Ocean in the future?
Because right now, the Pacific gets most attention. USA, China, Japan, Taiwan.
The Indian Ocean is becoming the center of global trade, energy, military competition, and geopolitics. I am rising. China is expanding. America is increasing its presence. And every year, more ships, more oil, and more trade pass through these waters. So maybe the future of the world won't be decided on land, but in the oceans. And if that happens, the Indian Ocean could become the most important ocean on Earth.
Another massive question still remains. Which country will have the stronger navy in the future?
Right now, China has a much larger navy by numbers. They have more ships, factories, and a faster production. I mean, at this point, Chinese shipyards are building warships like it's a speedrun challenge. But India has something extremely powerful too: geography.
Because no matter how many ships China build, its trade routes still pass close to India, and in geopolitics, location matters a lot. In fact, India is also rapidly modernizing its navy. Meanwhile, China is expanding deeper into the Indian Ocean every year, so the competition is becoming more intense fast.
Experts believe this rivalry could continue for decades. An ocean most kids never cared about in geography class is now making world leaders lose sleep. It's actually insane when you think about it. Right now, somewhere in the Indian Ocean, a tired cargo ship driver is just trying to deliver refrigerators peacefully, completely unaware that 3 nuclear powers are staring at the same water. Humanity putting most of global trade onto a few tiny sea routes might be one of the boldest gambles ever. Subscribe if you learned something new. For now, I am going to make a new video. See ya!
breaking free, young stand you and me. UK, USA, living strong. Mexico's rhythm, join the song. Switzerland's peace, steady and bright. Countryballs unite, shining light. Across dimensions we thrive. Anime versus, let's revive. So let's persist, never slow. In this journey our spirits grow. With anime versus leading the